Hi, I'm Alex. I'm a photographer from Sydney, and I've just recently founded Lightpaint Lab, which is a website all to do with light painting photography and light art, and basically hoping to share with people some light painting techniques, tutorials, gear, all sorts of different stuff. And tonight we're out here in Bondi, and basically I'm hosting the first ever Lightpaint Lab Photowalk. Yeah, welcome everybody. This is pretty cool. I'm a bit intimidated, there's so many people here. I didn't quite expect that many people, but that's pretty awesome. Look, for starters, what I thought is we'll just go out towards the beach, maybe into one of the corners where it's a little bit darker, and basically I'm going to run you through sort of the basics of light painting photography for all of you that might not be so familiar with it, so you get the most out of everything when we go out later on. So to do light painting, you can pretty much use any camera that's capable of shooting long exposures. So you know, your standard DSLR will do it, most Micro Four Thirds cameras will be capable of shooting long exposures. And you can even use your iPhone if you want to. If you get an app like Slow Shutter Cam, you'll be able to use that for your light painting photography as well. That's pretty cool though.
So you got two concentric circles going on.
So the most common settings used to do your light paintings is usually, to start off with, shutter speed anywhere to upwards of 5 seconds usually is needed to get good results. You can have shorter exposures sometimes, but really to get the full effect of a light painting photograph it needs to be over 5 seconds. Depending on what light source you're using, aperture of around f9 I found handy at ISO 100. And it's really important that you always have a torch out, you know, so whoever's taking the photo can actually focus on you properly and know where the action's going to be happening. Otherwise, you know, you might, if you do it yourself, you kind of have to guess, but, you know, you can always lay a torch on the ground or something like that and then focus on that if you know where you're going to be standing to do the light painting. It's very important to keep the camera steady, so tripod's absolutely necessary. Cable release also comes in handy, so you reduce any shake or, you know, any movement of the camera itself. You know, in terms of lenses, anything will work really, you know, it depends on the shot you're framing, as with anything. But it tends to be usually wide angle lenses that I use for most of the light painting stuff. And that's mainly to do, when I do it myself, I don't really have the time to run, you know, 200 or 300 meters to set off the camera before I start doing a fire twirl in front of a 600mm lens. So. A bit bright? Yeah. Okay, maybe go up to like f11, f14, because you'll get a little bit more definition that way. I can also dim it down a bit. I think any open light source that you can move around and that's portable, you know, it can be used for light painting. You know, you can even use your car to do light painting if you wanted to. That is very cool.
Oh yeah, look at that.
That actually works. Yeah, I have a whole array of different types of LED lamps, little keychain lights in different colors. I've got sort of bigger camping torches. I've got a couple of homemade LED Orb Inators that I use to create the orbs. An Orbinator is basically a single LED inside a ping pong ball. And it's attached to a longer cable, sort of about a meter to 1.5 meters long, and you use it to create orbs, which are basically spheres that you create while you're spinning around like this, and they look pretty cool. So originally The term Orb Inator was dubbed by Michael Sutton, who is a photographer friend of mine, who basically showed me how to create those, and it's always been a great inspiration when it comes to light painting photography. Okay, for the steel wool stuff you need some sort of a leash or a rope, usually a steel wire, and some sort of a cage that actually can hold the steel wool. So you sort of got to be able to stuff it in there, and obviously it's got to be able to withstand a little bit of heat. And what really helps is if you have a glove or something like that to hold the rope in, and then you can either use a lighter or a 9-volt battery to light the steel wool. I wonder how this is going to work, fresh from the shop.
So what is this?
Just a whisk.
Okay.
And it's stuffed with steel wool, which you can just buy at your local Bunnings. And then you get one of these ropes here. This is my old cage, and it's kind of
completely
mangled now.
On fire.
Yes.
Wow.
Well, that's the plan. I'd say between 10 and 20 seconds, depending on, so set your, again, I'd say probably around f8, f9 is probably good on ISO 100. With these, with the steel wool, it's really important, like especially if you use a metal rope like this, to just use a glove, because you just chafe your fingers and your hand up really easily when you spin it. So I always have a glove handy. Everyone all right? Okay, I think I'm going to have a go with my little thing here that I built today. I've got no guarantee that it's going to work properly, but we'll have a little bit of a play. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's working. All right. I think what I'm going to do for this first shot, and because it's pretty bright, just go back to f9 or even f11. And what I'm going to do, just for the benefit of all, I'm just going to run from about there with the thing all the way across the beach. So I might go even a bit further down, so keep your shutter open for a little while. The rainbow stick, as I call it, which I ordered an LED strip, which is about 5 meters long, which just has RGB LEDs on it, and a little remote, so it all comes pre-packaged. And basically the rest of the stuff I got from JCar, including a 12-volt battery, charger for the 12-volt battery, and all the cables that actually plug into the LED terminal. With you, that's an on and off button, or we can actually just have a quick look and maybe try a different one. It's got different modes. So this one here is very hectic, but it could be fun. See what happens with that, hey?
That'll blind me.
All right, that's have we got a few people that don't have any cameras with them? Yeah. Because I was just thinking we could do a fun photo with the light stick here. and I'll sort of paint the background and you just stand in front of it.
Yes.
Yeah? You want to do that? Who wants to have a go at that? The more people, the better. 3, 2, 1, don't move. I got interested in light painting about 5 years ago when a friend of mine from Germany came over. He was a fire twirler, and we just tried to find some interesting ways of taking some photos of him, and basically just went out to the beach and got him to do a few different things, including twirling along the beach. And he also introduced me into steel wool and using steel wool for light painting photography, and yeah, basically that's how it all got started. So what I love most about light painting, it's really combining two media genres. It's photography and painting sort of rolled into one, because you still usually get a nice background photograph. You know, it's always nice to do the light painting in context somewhere on a nice location, you know, so you actually get to see where it has been done. And it's kind of, I don't know, it's got the element of painting and creating something, and it's also completely, well, not completely, but it is quite random, and you never quite know what you're gonna get until you see the finished photograph. So I think that's what I really love about it, and it's really one of those things that is completely limitless in terms of possibilities. Alright, so people can find me, basically, you can either look up Alex Kess Photography, and you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, 500 pics, you name it. But most recently, as I said, I've founded Lightpaint Lab, and I've got a Facebook page for Lightpaint Lab, I've got a Twitter account, and I've also got a Google Plus page for Lightpaint Lab. So if you type in Lightpaint and then space lab, you'll find me. So I'll be running these free photo walks probably every half year or so, but I'm also planning to actually do some paid workshops that are a bit more in-depth. Actually thinking of doing something around Vivid this year, so yeah, hopefully stay tuned for a few announcements around that in the next few weeks.